that he needs to get his name back in the mix.
I'm glad you mentioned sort of the lack of activity. At times he's had a hard time finding opponents, but unequivocally, Jermaine Franklin Jr. represents his toughest opponent to date, at least as a professional, some Anthony Joshua experience as an amateur. But we'll see what Ivan Dichko can produce here tonight as he tries to vault to 16-0. Dichko 35. The American Franklin Jr. is 31, 6 inches the gap in height, although Franklin Jr. has realized success against taller men prior. You see the weight discrepancy, not all that surprising. Half an inch in reach for Kazakhstan's Ivan Dichko. All right, now for the introductions. Back inside to Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go with the next fight tonight. 10 rounds is scheduled in the heavyweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside: Kermit Bayless, Chris Migliore, and Don Trella. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Harvey Dog. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with silver, he weighed in officially 256 pounds. In 25 professional fights, his record stands at 23 victories, 2 defeats, 15 wins, coming by way of knockout from Saginaw, Michigan. He is the 989 assassin, Jermaine Franklin Jr. And across the ring, his opponent in the red corner, wearing blue with white. He weighed in officially 239 1/2 pounds. As a professional, he stands perfect in the ring. 15 professional fights, 15 victories, no defeats, 14 wins, coming by way of knockout. Here's a 2-time Olympic bronze medalist representing Kazakhstan, fighting out of Pittsburgh, PA, USA, the undefeated Ivan Dichko.
Okay, boxers, we went over the instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, touch gloves. Good luck.
6'9".
Oh.
With power.
You know, I've had a Napoleon complex at times. I wonder, is it easier to get women when you're 6'9" or 5'9"? I don't know. I don't know. You don't have to answer that, champ.
Yeah, I got my baby a long time ago. And a decent height, 6'1", 6'1" on a good day.
Go, guys.
All right, here we go with the heavyweights. Jermaine Franklin Jr. in black. Ivan Dichko is. Dichko also with experience competing against Anthony Joshua, lost to him in the Olympic semifinals back in 2012.
What you see right away about this matchup, and you'll notice, I've noticed it throughout this card actually, and we have had a first round knockout, and okay, but when 2 fighters come out, especially one's an two-time Olympic medalist, and he's big and he's powerful, you can see the respect that they give each other, where they can recognize the other guy can handle himself, Trey. I saw that right from the outset in this fight.
Yeah, and it's also the division. You know, if a punch grazes the head in the wrong way, we could all be going home early. So both fighters understand that, and both fighters respect it, to your point.
About 5 or 6 weeks notice for Jermaine Franklin Jr., who shucks off that offering from Dichko. That one got through.
And sometimes when a guy gets a fight on short notice and they're not in tip-top shape, they actually perform better at times because they don't have the pressure of a full camp, talking about the opponent for 8 weeks and all of that. So I want to see if Franklin can use this short notice fight and the heavy heart that he has to his advantage.
Sage point, to be sure. Jermaine Franklin Jr. has never been knocked down nor out as a pro boxer. Made his pro debut in the state of Wisconsin when he was 21, and Franklin Jr. still just 31, despite arriving at pro fight number 26 tonight.
And Franklin having the experience and being in some of those bigger fights, he's looking to lay traps for Dichko. He wants him to make a mistake to counter with a big shot that'll get him out of there. So that's what he's looking for. When you see him prodding and with punches and just kind of looking and not doing much, he's waiting for Dichko to make a mistake.
And Dichko, in spite of his really freakishly tall height, does not have very long arms. So he has to figure out a way to get that right hand home. It's not like some of these behemoth heavyweights we've seen where they can just tag you from the outside. The reach difference here is minimal.
Oh, nice right hand by Ditchko. Under a minute to go, round one. Skipper Kelp with us all night. What do you have, Skip?
Well, Ditchko makes up for the short arms by utilizing the jab, and he throws the right hand straight down the middle after that.
I mean, it's words out of my mouth. He blinds you with the left hand, whether he's just holding it out there or throwing it as a jab, and that super straight right hand reminds me of Vladimir Klitschko a little bit, the way he throws it straight and short.
Good level change by Ditchko a moment ago to attack the body of Franklin Jr.
Body shots hurt at any given point in the fight. But early on, when you get hit with a straight right hand to the body like that, it's disrespectful. It's like, bro, I haven't had the opportunity to warm up. Why are you throwing that punch right now?
Right. Step back, step back, step back.
Ditchko has exuded pretty good footwork throughout his career for a man his size. Quick round one.
Okay, we gave that round away. We can't get none away.
Breathe, deep breaths. We standing straight up. We need to stay off that line. I need more head movement, more jabs. You only a half a step away, but you got to step closer with that jab. Jab your way in, then that right gonna be right there. But it come off more jabs and more stepping forward.
Give him more fakes too. More fakes, because he's trying to time you. He's trying to time you what you do. So throw your fake and then come with something. That's why I need you with that good body movement all the time, because he don't know.
Hardest working crew in show business, can I say that? Tail of the production, 600 strong, putting together all of this for you folks tonight. It's a new arena weight record too from the ceiling, 401,000 pounds, 250 rigging motors, north of 500 moving lights, 65 total cameras, and also the first fully produced on-site Spanish broadcast for a live Netflix event. Great to have everybody with us early for the Canelo versus Crawford YouTube prelims, round 2 of a possible 10 here between the heavyweights Ivan Ditchko and Jermaine Franklin Jr. Franklin Jr. connects to the body.
I like the jab that we just spoke about in the previous round that Ditchko's landing, because it not only hurts, it not only starts to take wind from the opponent and starts to fatigue them, but it allows him, Ditchko, to land the shot up top. You start to occupy the opponent down low. Good shot right there from Franklin. And then Ditchko's able to come over the top. It just makes that a little bit easier and a little bit more effective.
And he keeps that left hand extended, so not only is he blinding you with the left, even when he's not throwing the jab, but the jab hand is close to the opponent's face, making up for the shorter reach.
He can defend with it. And that's exactly what Franklin's corner told him. When you hear the corner say, stay off the line, and essentially that means don't stand in front. That big, long right hand is looking for your chin. He's trying to line you up. And right now, Franklin's not listening to his corner.
And then you see Franklin leaning on the right side, Dre, and staying there sometimes a little bit too long, which is still in the path of that right hand.
That's right.
Level change by Franklin, unable to land to the body. Under 90 seconds here to go in what has been a little bit of a pedestrian round 2.
That hook is not a punch that you see Ditchko throw a lot. I asked him in our fighter meeting, I said, you have a good jab and a good right hand. Have you been working on other areas in your fight game? He said, I can do it all. Not seeing that right now, but I do see that left hook coming behind the right hand periodically.
That's good. Working there, working there. Break!
They're both guilty of some clinching here. Franklin's grabbing him, but Ditchko is happy, it seems, to bring him inside and tie him up.
I think Franklin wants to tie up to rest, and Ditchko wants to tie up to reset.
Right, to make sure that Franklin can't get off anything on the inside.
I'm comfortable if I can feel you and I know you're not throwing any punches, push you off, referee break, reset.
Decided experience advantage for Franklin Jr., not just in terms of overall pro bouts, but in terms of length of fights. Only one time beyond a round 3 for Ditchko across his 15 fights. Fighters exchange jabs late in the round.
Right. Sit back. Time!
Excuse me, boss.
So if we miss a shot, we can't just lay on his back.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Don't do that.
Start stepping up with the jab and pushing him back. The pace is good. Just pick it up a little bit more with your jab. Okay? Stay in range. Get loose with your jab. That's all. Get loose with your jab. Okay? Everything else is going to come. He's slowing down already. Okay?
Trey, I really like Yankello in the corner just then because people just see the corner work. But a trainer, most of what he does is in the gym. Then separately, his job is to give instructions in the corner. They've gone over everything in the gym already. Tommy Yankello gave him very clear instructions. I want to see that jab more. Not 10 different things. One thing. Let's see you work that jab, start pushing him back.
And the great trainer also has a great feel for not only his fighter, but where the fight is, and he could sense a little unrest with the crowd, and he told his fighter, I like the pace. In other words, don't worry about that.
All right, as we start round 3, we check in with the coach, Skipper Kelp.
I got Disco up 2-0. He's landing the straighter punches. He's really landing the only punches. Franklin needs to pick it up if he wants to get into this fight.
There it is again, what Skipper mentioned in the first round. Left, right. Left blinds him, and the right comes right down the middle, right down the pike, straight.
Franklin took that shot well.
Did.
But that's the problem. That's the dark side of not coming in the fight in tip-top shape. You see things you want to do, you can't do it. There's a pace that maybe is